Canada used to be one of the best countries in the world to study abroad. Good quality of education, good universities, labor shortage, which means everyone got opportunities, easiest PR. At one point, Canada used to give PRs like Santa Claus gives gifts on Christmas. But now, everything has changed.
Today, we're announcing that we will reduce the number of immigrants we bring in over the next 3 years, which will result in a pause in the population growth over the next 2 years.
The Canadian government has announced a major change in its immigration policy. And here's the big news. They are basically reducing the number of study visas by more than 50% for the next 3 years. And not only that, they're also reducing the number of postgraduate work permits by more than 55%. Even if you're looking for a PR, they're also reducing PR numbers by 20% every single year.
It's reducing permanent immigration levels by at least 20%.
Cutting temporary immigrant numbers by nearly 500,000 a year.
This is a huge about-face for the Liberal government.
They basically hit pause on the system for 3 years.
It's just unbelievable, dramatic revision downwards.
So it doesn't matter if you're a student who wants to study in Canada, if you're a student who is already studying in Canada, even if you're looking for a PR, these changes will affect you. In this video, I'll tell you why these changes are happening, what this means for international students, and if you should still consider Canada as a study abroad destination. If this is the first time you're seeing me, I'm Fazil. I help people make the right decisions about studying abroad. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. It'll be a win-win for the both of us. So let's first try to understand why these changes are happening. See, Canada is in the midst of a crisis right now. And not just one crisis. They have a housing crisis, they have an unemployment crisis, and they have a cost of living crisis. Just look at this video of 1,000 Indian students waiting in line to apply for a waiter job. It's crazy. And whenever any country in the West is in any kind of crisis, they blame one thing: immigration. And immigration protests in Canada have become very common. But before we start calling Canadians racist, they might actually have a point. In the last couple of years, there has been a massive increase in demand for jobs, housing, social services, but the increase in supply has not been able to catch up. In the last 2 decades, Canada's population has grown by around 300,000 every year. That reduced during COVID when borders were closed. But look what happened since then. Canada's population has grown by over 1 million people in the last 2 years. Let's make one thing very clear. You can't blame immigrants for coming to Canada, but you can blame the Canadian government for not forecasting this difference in demand and supply. But whatever the situation is, whoever you blame, yes, uncontrolled immigration is a part of the problem. But something has happened because of this which honestly makes me very happy, and it's this. Not only have people realized how many scam colleges there are in Canada, sometimes which don't even have a building, but also over 35% of study abroad agencies in India have closed down since Canada announced these changes. This honestly makes me very, very happy. Guys, if you still go to these agencies, get admission through them, please stop. The only reason they're able to work for you for free is because they get paid on a commission basis by the university. They basically take a 10% commission off your fees. So you might think they're doing this for free, but no. You're paying a lot of money to them. And universities which partner with agencies like these are not good universities. So you will only be sent to bad, poor universities which sometimes don't even have a building. So please stop.
Is this what you imagined Canada would be?
Never. No one ever expected this to, like being in a home country and looking all over the world. People always think that something would be better. But after landing in certain countries, for example, Canada, people get to know the reality. For the current time period, I would not suggest anyone to move out of their home country as the inflation has hit the whole world. Not just Canada, not just US, not just New Zealand. It's all over the world right now. So I would suggest everyone to stay at their home country and do something for your country over staying over there.
I don't want to discourage you. Obviously, if you have an amazing profile, you have good work experience, you have a good resume, everything about your profile is perfect, yes, you will still be able to be successful in Canada. But if you're a normal student like me and you want to study abroad, then I would say Canada is not a good option, at least for the next 2 to 3 years. Even to get a student visa, they have doubled the funds requirements from 10,000 Canadian dollars to 20,000 Canadian dollars. Also, colleges in Toronto have seen a 50% reduction of applicants from India in the last few months. Even skilled employees who are coming to Canada are now leaving in record numbers. The job market, the housing market, the cost of living, nothing is working well in Canada right now. And I would highly suggest you to stay away from Canada at least for the next few years. The economy might recover, the politics might change, but at least for the next 2 to 3 years, Canada is not a good option. Other creators, study abroad creators, influencers, agencies, consultants, they all have an agenda. They want to send you abroad. They have businesses, they have agencies, they do one-on-one consultations. Their goal is to send you abroad. For them, it doesn't really matter which country you go to. I do not have any agenda. I don't have any business. I do not do one-on-one consultations. My goal is just to tell the truth, show you what the reality is in these countries, and make sure you make the right decisions about studying abroad. If you want to know the best alternatives to Canada, then check out my top 3 countries to study abroad in 2025, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. It will be a win-win for the both of us.